Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, see how residents celebrated National Night Out and find out how the Ward 2 office can help you get your new business featured. The councilwoman who represents Ward 2 is, of course, Victoria Seaman, and she joins me now. So great to have you back on the program. How are you?
So great to be here to talk about Ward 2.
I know. I live in Ward 2, so this is always a good show for me as well because it's my stomping grounds as well as yours. We're heading into the holiday season. We have a lot to talk about, a lot going on in your ward. It's an exciting time of year. There's always a lot to talk about, a lot to do. So I enjoy the fall as we head into the holidays. So Ward 2, you know it like the back of your hand. For those of you out there, maybe you're not exactly sure where Ward 2 is located. Well, no problem. We're going to show you right there. It's on the map. It's basically west of the Rainbow Curve. If you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And since July, you have been represented by Victoria Seaman. Seems like you've been in office much longer.
It does.
Because you've just hit the ground running. You've kind of just taken everything up and acclimated so well to the city. And you've come from the legislature, so you've got that government background. You're familiar with that. But yeah, you and your colleagues just hit the ground running, maybe because of that legislative experience coming in. So.
Yeah, a lot of community service that we did in the legislature, but you know, it's so important to me. I ran for this position so I could do great things for our community. And so I hit the ground running, like you said.
You have.
I want to bring people together, make it more of a community-oriented ward. And so I'm really excited about the work we're doing.
You've made yourself very accessible to your constituents. We're going to talk a lot about that today. I think you want to hear from them, and you want them to know that you're available to them. And we're going to talk some about that right off the bat here. In fact, you posted this on Facebook. You said, with Mayor Pro Tem Michelle Fiore, Captain Sasha Larkin, and Councilman Stavros Anthony, this was for National Night Out. This was a big deal. This was out of Police Memorial Park, and it was great that all three of you, all the wards in that area, basically in the Northwest, got together for this event. The idea is to get to know the first responders who are going to be patrolling your neighborhood, right?
Right. So to bring the community together with the first responders so that they feel comfortable and they know that they can reach out to them as far as any kind of public safety concerns. And so this was great. And I have to say, Captain Sasha Larkin
from Metro, she's a superstar. Yeah,
she is a superstar, and she'll be our new commander at our new substation out there in Summerlin. So we're really excited.
We should talk about that, Councilwoman. People may not realize there was one area command, Northwest Area Command, covered a huge area, Ward 6 all the way over into your ward. And it was a big, big area. So Metro's divided that up a little bit. There's so much population growth out there that there's going to be a Summerlin Area Command, which Captain Larkin will command, and then there'll be a Northwest Area Command. That'll be more Ward 6 of the other parts of Ward 4. But I think you did well in that, Captain Larkin.
Yeah, and the folks,
she knows what she's doing.
We're very fortunate. And so we're very lucky. We can partner up with her now on our first Tuesdays and different things that'll come along. And people in Summerlin are really excited about having that new command post.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're thinking that National Night Out, there was a little bit of deja vu there, well, mostly across the country, it's marked on the first Tuesday in August. But in the hotter climates, like ours, Florida, etc., we'll do it also in October, so that we're not sweltering in August. So we had some of the celebrations were marked in August, but others were in October, and so that was the reason behind all that. So yeah, a great one out at Police Memorial Park. And then Councilwoman, speaking of public safety along those same lines, you posted this on Facebook. You said, an amazing event on public safety tonight. Now, this was a great event that took place back on October 9th, and it was really just an opportunity for the community to pick the brain of our first responders, those who are going to really protect them from fires to our city parks. That's Tim Szymanski from our fire department, our public information officer. We had our city marshals that were on hand, and we're going to see our emergency manager, that's Carolyn Levering right there, just helping people get ready for whatever surprise, whatever emergency might occur within their neighborhood, their home, whatever.
Right, and it was really important for people to ask questions. Like, a lot of people didn't know what our marshals did as opposed to Metro.
Exactly.
And so those kind of questions are answered during those public safety meetings. People get to understand why they would call 311 instead of 911. it sounds like these are simple questions, but they're questions that need to be answered. And what happens in an emergency? So we had everyone there, and it was great. It was a great turnout, and people just love these type of events.
Yeah, and you know, no matter how experienced you are, or you think you are with public safety or being emergency prepared, there's always some nuggets you're going to learn. I think one of the things that we've heard that people are surprised to learn is that your smoke detector, everybody knows you have to change the batteries at least once a year. What people don't know necessarily is that after 10 years, you've got to change the smoke detector altogether. They're not any good anymore after 10
correct.
years. And Tim always talks about that kind of thing, and people always say, I never knew that.
That's
you know?
true.
So my house is X amount of years old. I need to change out the smoke detectors. So hence the discussion.
And
right?
we'll continue those public safety
exactly.
meetings throughout the year.
Yeah, it's good information there, and obviously you had a good turnout for it as well. So, and then Councilwoman, you posted this on Facebook. I love it. This took place at one of our city council meetings today. We had so many great people we recognized at City Council. We did. This was from one of our council meetings back in October. This was the October 16th meeting, in fact. You recognized George Annis from Walter Johnson Middle School, and very deservedly so. Tell everyone why he was specifically honored at this council meeting.
Well, we went out and toured the schools in Ward 2, and this school is an amazing international studies school. And we saw them turn this school from a 2 to a 5-star school.
Yeah.
So we really thought we should recognize them.
Yeah.
That is a huge turnaround. So it's a great school, and he's doing great things with his staff.
Yeah, that's amazing. And 5 stars is the most you can get. So if you're a 5-star school, that's as good as it gets. Yeah, and Walter Johnson, at one point, as you said, Councilman, was a 2-star school.
That's right.
So they really improved their student performance there, and that's just such a credit to him and to his team.
It is. So we had to honor them.
Yeah, well, kudos to you for doing that. Council will often take time to recognize people in the community, whether it's our Citizen of the Month or some other deserving person who's really making a difference. And boy, George, he's been a guest on this show in the past, in fact.
Yeah, you're
So we talked about his international studies program and how groundbreaking that is. And
they have a great robotics team.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
It's an amazing school.
It is an amazing school.
And now they're a 5-star school. So yeah, congratulations to everyone at Walter Johnson. That's good stuff. And then Councilwoman, you had an event. This was just this was awesome. This was the Lost Pup Memorial Barbecue. Now this took place out at Kellogg's Air Park, which is at the corner of Washington and Buffalo, basically. This was on September 28th. Huge turnout of people and their pets. This was to remember a pup that was lost in the community. Yeah, Leia. And there was a little memorial for that dog out at the park. And these are the folks that came to support Leia and you and her owner.
Yes, I'm going to tell you, if you want to have a big turnout, it's bring your dogs.
Yeah,
Doggy
right.
barbecue. This was our doggy barbecue to, again, dedicate this memorial to Leia.
Yeah.
And people just came out in droves with their dogs. And again, it's about bringing community together, and there is no better way than to bring our dogs together.
Yeah, I mean, people love their pets.
They love their pets.
Yeah, look at the turnout for this.
It was amazing. And, you know, we had no problems with any of the dogs. They were
Yeah.
all great.
Yeah, it's like as if they knew the reason for the occasion. Yeah, it was a sad situation. Leia had been poisoned, and that's you with your dog there, in fact.
Yes.
And so this was a memorial that was set up to remember Leia, and hopefully we never see a situation like that in our community again. That was not very good.
And that is why we dedicated this to Leia, is really to keep the word out that this perpetrator is still out there.
Exactly, Councilwoman.
And what we need to do is keep community remembering that these things happen and to be aware.
Yeah, and to be really careful when you're out with your dog. Be careful about what they might see on the ground and want to try to eat or pick up because it may not be good, maybe poisoned.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
which is the case with Leia.
Right.
So again, if you have any information about how Leia was poisoned, I know Crime Stoppers would love to hear from you. Or our animal control, our city animal control, you can always reach out to them, 229-6444. Give them a call, and
Yeah,
they will.
this has been going on for quite a while with different dogs. So we hope that people will continue to look out for the perpetrator.
Yep. And be careful. Be careful out there
Yeah.
with your dog. Teach them to leave it. Don't pick it up if you don't know what it is. So it could be something very harmful. And then Councilwoman, we want to talk about this. October 1, we had the second anniversary of the horrific event that took place at the Route 91 concert, and we always have the reading of the names, the 58 names at the Healing Garden. The mayor was out there, of course. You and your other council members were on hand as well. Mayor Pro Tem Fiore, Councilman Creer, Councilwoman Diaz, and of course yourself. And it's always a very touching event because thousands of people turn out to the garden. This is downtown near Coolidge and Charleston. But we had a lot of family members of the victims turn out. There's always a very large number of them.
And I think it's important that we continue to remember the victims, the Healing Garden. It was the first time I'd been to the Healing Garden, and what a great memorial.
Yeah. The Healing Garden, if you don't know the story, was really an incredible outpouring of support from the community. The shooting, of course, happened on a Sunday night, October 1st, 2017. By the following Friday, hundreds of volunteers had come together to build this Healing Garden to remember the 58 that we lost. The city's involvement was we donated the property, but the volunteers did all of the rest of the work, donated all the plants and the trees and the lights and everything that went in there. And
if folks haven't been there, they really should.
You really
visit
should.
The garden. It's amazing.
It's going to obviously be a permanent memorial to those that we lost on that night. And like I say, on the second anniversary, as we saw on the first, family members from all over Canada, they're Canadians, Californians, people from New Mexico, were on hand to hear the name of their loved one as we read them that night. So. Hopefully we never will see another event like that in our community ever again. That was a hard one, and I think as a community, I think
it brought us together.
It did. It really did.
And it really did make us stronger.
It really did, Councilwoman. It was a terrible tragedy, but we saw how the community pulled together so tremendously. The Healing Garden just being one of those examples.
Right, and continuing to have that memorial will only keep us stronger.
Exactly. You should tell everybody out there too, the Healing Garden's always looking for volunteers to help do whatever. If you're someone who's got a green thumb, or even if you don't, if you just want to get out and do what you can to help, the Healing Garden's always looking for volunteers to come out and help maintain the garden. They'll put you to work if you're so inclined, because there's always plenty to do out there keeping it.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to go, and it's very peaceful.
It is. We've had people, not just family members of victims, but people from all over, presidential candidates, etc. People stop there. It's a place where people stop and remember those that we lost. So it's been quite an addition to our community. And Councilwoman, you've got some events coming up that we want to make sure everyone knows about. This is awesome. We've got a shredding event coming up on November 16th from 10 to noon out at Veterans Memorial. If you have old documents that you need to get rid of, old tax forms, whatever it might be, old bank statements, this is the place to take it, right?
And I'll be out there to say hello to everyone.
Yeah, you always are. You're always accessible. And Councilwoman, people can bring medication out there too, right?
Yes, you can dispose of old medication, because people don't know what to do with their medication.
No, don't flush it down the toilet.
No,
that's the main thing.
Please don't. Yeah, so you can bring it there. Bring your documents and come and say hi.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we should tell everybody those events have just really taken off. I think people are really tuned in to the whole concept of identity theft and the importance of protecting yourself.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I was mentioning before we went on the air that Councilman Anthony started those. He's a former Metro police officer and captain, and so he started these shredding events here at the city as a way to protect people. And he got a little bit of guff from some of his fellow council members at the time about, why are we doing this? It seems kind of silly, but it's just taken off. And now we do them in all the wards, and we have big turnout. So that is from 10 to noon that day. You might want to come a little bit early or come a little bit past 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 or 11, because what will happen is there will be a line of people that will be there to get rid of their documents. And our events are great, Councilwoman. You know this, because the machine that is used to pulverize those documents really does just that. It turns everything into confetti. So there's no way that some identity thief could piece it back together. Like sometimes the shredders now that people have, it's just kind of in strips.
Like
and
spaghetti.
Exactly.
You could probably piece it
and
together
someone
if
could
you
probably,
want to.
if you were that dedicated, you could probably figure it out. But the machines that we use, there's no way. It's more like literally confetti when it's all said and done. So that'll be coming up November 16th, everybody. And then a couple of great events, Councilwoman. You have your Breakfast Buzz. You'll have to tell everybody what Breakfast Buzz is, but you have two of them, one on November 23rd and then one on December 7th. So tell everyone what is
Breakfast Buzz and Ward 2 Biz is exactly that. We break bread together, we have a meal, and we talk about the ward or community. And it's great because every month I meet new people in the community, and people meet each other in the community, and so it's a really great event. I'm glad we're doing this because it really does bring community together.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And again, I think it just goes to with what you've tried to bring to the office, that you want to make yourself accessible, that people can meet with you on a less formal basis. They don't have to come to City Hall and come to the to the seat of government here in the city. You're going out to them in their neighborhoods and meeting them, over breakfast, a cup of coffee, and you get to hear what's going on in the community. They get to share their issues, and like you say, the best part is they get to network with each other, and that's always a good thing. Share common ways of taking care of whatever the issues might be.
Yeah, and we try to go to a different breakfast spot every month.
This time around on the 23rd, it's going to be at Charlie's Lakeside there on West Sahara. That's a great place. And of course, so is the Egg Works. That's going to be on Saturday, December 7th. Again, both these from 9 to 10. Come on out, say hello to the councilwoman, her staff. She's got a great staff of people. They'll be out there as well. And if you have something going on you want to talk about, that's your chance. So enjoy a good breakfast in the meantime. And Councilwoman, we want to let everybody know, it's hard to believe we're heading into the holiday season. We want to let everybody know, the parents out there, we have help for you. The school district's going to be out the week of Thanksgiving this year. So to the rescue, here rides the city. We have a fall break camp. Starts on November 25th, runs from the 25th through the 27th. So from 7 in the morning till 6 at night. So if you're having to work but your kids are off, no problem. You can send them to our break.
Yeah, and they have games and crafts and swimming. This is great.
Yeah.
This is absolutely a great program.
Yeah, so be sure to sign up if you're interested in doing that and be part of it all. So that's something new. We've had those break camps over the holiday, over Christmas time, but we've never really had it over Thanksgiving in the past so much. But we do now to meet the need of the fact that the kids are going to be out of school that week. So anyway, don't forget about fall break camp. Ward 2 will be front and center on all of that. And then, last but not least, we want to make sure everybody knows about your Small Business Sunday program. So, Councilwoman, tell everybody what this is.
This is so exciting. Every Sunday, we feature a business in Ward 2 to talk about your business, your hours, your social media, what you do, your customer, whatever you want to talk about, to let people know about your business. And as you and I talked about, there are so many businesses that have reached out to us, and we're learning about local shopping, local business, businesses we didn't know about. So if you own a business in Ward 2, please reach out to my office. We would be happy to come out and film your business.
Yeah, it's a great little feature. We put it on social media. And the thing that's great about this is that obviously the business benefits from the added word. But I live in Ward 2, and so many of the businesses you feature, I didn't know they existed. It's like, oh, that's pretty great. And it's right around, it's right near me, but I didn't even know it was there. It's a great way to get plugged in. And we have another feature here on Channel 2 called Open for Business. It's kind of the same thing. We feature businesses that are opening in the city that people may not know about, but would probably love to frequent, right?
Right, absolutely. So. And with ours, it's businesses that are either new or have been there.
Right.
But we're really excited about
Ward 2, yeah.
Specific, yes. Yeah. And we just love it. And people have been commenting about it, that they're so excited that we brought this program to them.
It's a wonderful idea. Kudos to you. And you may have to expand, because I know you're getting requests from businesses outside of Ward 2 that would also like to be featured. But it's going to start with Ward 2, and then we'll go from there. But we got to cover those first. But And again, you can see those on Councilwoman's Facebook page, right? Yeah,
yes.
that's where, yeah.
On Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah, so on all 3 of her social media accounts. And if you don't have those, I'm going to tell you here in a few minutes how to find her. But it's just a great way to learn what's going on in your community. And I'm always impressed with, I feel like I'm plugged in at the city and in my community, but I always learn something from your small business, Sonny, that I didn't know. So it's a great way to keep up on what's being added in the community. It's like a local version, even more tailored than Yelp or OpenTable or something like that as well. So good for you for doing that. Well, Councilwoman, we are running low on time here, but I want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, you can find her on Facebook and Twitter, and as she mentioned, on Instagram as well. You can also contact the Councilwoman just by picking up the telephone. We still use those around here too. 702-229-2420, or you can send her an email. Her address is vseaman@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she or one of her team will get back to you right away. They always do, and taking care of the constituents out there in Ward 2. So, anything else you'd like to add before we say goodbye?
Well, I'd just like to add that I would love for everyone to come to one of our events.
Yeah.
Let me know what your concerns are and come out and have a little fun with us in Ward 2.
Because you are there. These events that take place, you are there in person. We saw that in the videos today. So that's the idea. You want to get to know the community and hear what they have to say. You can't ask for more than that from an elected official. That means that you're listening, and that's a good thing. So, well, great having you on the program. We'll see you back here with another update from Ward 2 in 6 weeks. In the meantime, we want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Access City Council. Don't miss our next show beginning on November 7th with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can catch all of our KCLV shows now on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. As we go to close the show tonight, we give you the highlights from the very fun annual Ward 2 Trunk or Treat event. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time around, everyone.
Gorgeous people with the costumes on to come down and take a big photo.